Hi, Jim Hunt again. On this video, what I'd like to do is show you my studio, where I actually make things. And here it is. This is the area where I do what I call wax carving. I'll explain that to you. In this area is where I do the finishing of the cast piece. So it's the filing and the drilling and that sort of thing, and the sanding of the surface, which when it's first cast is fairly rough. So there's a lot of work to be done there. In this area are various tools for polishing and for making the plaster that I use to make the casting from the wax. And I can explain that a little bit more. This is polishing, where I put the high finish on the finished product. Over here is where I do the casting. So there's a little oven, there's a little machine that does the spinning around and shoots the gold into the mold that's been made from the wax. And here I do soldering and that sort of thing. The other are just various tools that I use in the process. Over here is where I take pictures, and then you can see where we meet, that part of the studio. So for now, what I'll do is just sit down and show you a little bit of how I make things. I make them first out of wax. It's a hard wax that's very durable and can be filed and sanded and carved precisely. What I'll do is cut this block of wax into smaller pieces that are the same width that the ring will be. I'll then cut the hole in the middle so it's the right size and shave away the extra part of the wax, so that I end up with a wax shape. Now in the case of a sculptural piece, that will be pretty much it, or a plain band. But then I will, if it has a different unusual sculptural shape, I can carve that. If it's going to have, for instance, diamonds or other stones set, I make that setting in the wax, so it'll be ready to set the stones in. Here's another sort of unusual pattern. Or I can carve fairly precise designs or symbols in the ring. So this is what is the greater part of the skill involved. This is where my creativity is. It allows you to design whatever you would like to have, and then I can translate that into a wax mold. From the wax, then I make a plaster mold. This is explained on my website if you want to go to the section on how rings are made. I then cast the ring and go to the different stations that I just showed you in terms of filing and sanding and polishing and finishing the rings, setting the stones, whatever may be needed. And it ends up as a beautiful piece of jewelry that will last your life.